Y'all ready for this?
You know what's so funny? Everyone who felt comfy enough to out themselves that they voted for Trump back in January,
Yeah.
they're dead silent right now.
No, they're not. What?
Dead silent.
Apprehending them and taking them away from their families and their jobs and the lives they've built here doesn't bother you, then you're a bad person.
Huh? Oh no! Oh no! Fuck. Guys, I never thought about it that way. Oh no!
And I don't want to be your friend. And I don't care about your opinion.
Oh. What?
I say this in the most disrespectful way possible as a first-generation American whose parent is not from this country. If you got here and you got papers and you agree with what's going on right now, fuck you.
If you are a resident of Los Angeles, California, and
I'm starting to recognize a pattern.
A large platform on this app on the internet, and you have decided, you have made the conscious choice to not speak out against the ICE raids that are taking place in this city right now.
Go ahead.
The attack that Los Angeles is feeling in this moment.
They're getting
attacked.
attacked.
You're not sticking your head out for your own community, the city of Los Angeles in which you live, that you benefit so much from.
See, these women, all of them stand to lose their royalty status where they get driven around and food delivered by illegal aliens that work off of somebody else's Uber or Uber Eats account. And they have their entire lifestyle that's subsidized by the exploitation of labor of people in third world countries that have come over here seeking a better life, but have instead been taken advantage of by companies and corporations to the expense of everybody in the country. They don't want to lose their indentured servants. They don't want to lose their privileges. They don't want to lose their pool boys, their housekeepers, all of the jobs that they think that they're too good to do. Well, maybe you're not.
If you can't do that, you do not deserve your platform, and maybe you should fucking move.
Oh.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but being undocumented isn't a crime. You're just racist. See you in hell. Mwah.
Oh, man.
I think it's important to remember that though what Trump is doing in LA is absolutely deranged and incredibly fucked up.
Let's hear this from the mentally ill pink burrito. Let's hear her opinion.
It is an act of desperation. The people behind all this, though it may seem very calculated, are not smart.
California does not
well, I mean, it sure worked.
Really belong to the United States. It belongs to Mexico, and we stole it from them in 1850.
Didn't it belong to Spain before Mexico? It did. So why is it that... I mean, shouldn't Mexico be apologizing to Spain? I mean, because if anything, I feel like, and then the natives, right? I mean, shouldn't Spain apologize? Because why is it Mexico? Isn't it weird how it's like, because a lot of people have owned the land over the years, but it's just the second people that owned it. The people right before us, they're the ones that really owned it. I don't know about that, man. That doesn't make any sense. Fuck.
People would not have to be protesting
if
what was going on in this country was even a little bit normal. Instead of...
You're right. It's completely...
thinking.
This girl, by the way, she got nails like Wolverine. And you're talking about being normal? Holy shit.
about what's going on. Think about what has been going on that causes something like this to go on.
Yeah. Illegal immigration causes it. That's what we call it. That's what the cause. That's what causes it.
I would do absolutely anything for my daughter, and that includes going to a different country to give her a better life.
These terms are acceptable. Thank God. Thank fucking God. I was hoping this.
And being undocumented is not a criminal offense. It's a civil one. And if you've ever jaywalked, congratulations, because you've also committed a civil offense. And you're so...
None of these people think that it would be okay to do half of the civil offenses that are against the law. Just because something is a civil offense doesn't mean that it's bad. Or it doesn't mean that it's good. What does that even mean? Like, I don't even understand. Like, it's insane. And also, like, where does this even come from, by the way? Is entering the U.S. without documentation a criminal offense? It's generally considered a criminal oh. Entering is, but being here isn't? I just... Let me think. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I've got to process that. That's gonna take me a minute. Okay. So you're saying that... Okay. Wow. So you're saying that if you're not actively doing a crime, then it's okay. Like, if I don't even understand this. So if you, Mike, if you ran a red light and a cop sees you on like a camera running a red light, but you're not actively running the red light when they pull you over, they can't give you a ticket. I mean, I don't think this makes any fucking sense, guys. I really don't. Yeah, I have to lay down. This is crazy.
Worried about criminals being in this country, yet you voted for one to run it.
This is one of those moments where silence feels really fucking loud, because what do you mean you're not absolutely horrified by what's happening right now?
Uh-huh.
If you are not absolutely horrified by what's going on right now, your delusion...
I've seen videos of children being separated from their families and families being pulled apart and people crying doesn't elicit any amount of empathy from you.
It doesn't. Nope. That's what happens to anybody whenever their parents commit a crime or do something wrong. That's just how it is. Like, if you're a parent and, like, you rob a bank, they're going to arrest you. And even if your kids are crying, they're going to still put you in jail. Why would I have any empathy for that? Yeah, what is this?
I'm so sorry, but you might be the problem. Empathy and kindness are some of the most powerful things that we have. Everyone you see on here is a person with...
Well, she's right about that, but she doesn't realize that it's been weaponized against her best interests.
The story, just like you.
I could never and will never be friends with a Trump supporter. And I hate when people act like that statement is like a crazy thing to say. Personally, I like to share similar morals and values with the people I surround myself with. And at this point, it's moved. It's always been like this, honestly. It's not even political. It's a human rights issue.
Influencer and content creators, if you can't even reshare something, we see you. Speak the fuck up. You should not deserve a platform if you can't even reshare.
Isn't it so good, bro? Like, I am so glad to see this stuff. This is great. And someone actually doing something productive, not just talking Karens lounging in the bed. I know, it's bad. And so she likes being in an echo chamber. Yeah, these people don't want to talk to anybody that disagrees with them. That's it.
see you.
I say this with the most disrespect possible, but if you reap the benefits of Los Angeles and you're not willing to protect and respect individuals who are the beating heart of Los Angeles, then leave this city. Because there are plenty of other states and plenty of other cities that will take you in your inhumane worldview, but it's not.
Yeah, I can't even hear it.
You know
but
what's
like, this is the these are the people. I'm not really surprised by this. All Karens. I know it is. It is every single time. And it's all that you're a bad person or something like that. It's just embarrassing, bro. Illegals are the heart of the city. Well, again, I think that I think that these people have a tremendous amount of privilege, and they live. You know, again, these are all like, you know, at least many of them are like, I would say, like attractive, you know, women that live in a first world country. They live at the apex of privilege. And so they don't even understand the problems and the issues that average people have because they don't affect them. And so, yeah, they're narcissists. They are. I mean, like, you got people putting on like plastic surgery, shit like this.
So for anyone who's wondering, they aren't letting protesters in anymore. They shut that shit down.
There are two groups of people in this country that cause all of our problems.
Will not give an answer why. Someone got a video of me asking, find it somewhere. Will not say why. Did not say it's violent, did not say it's illegal, just shut it down. They are stopping us from protesting. They said it was their commander who shut it down. I said, oh, your commander's here? He said no.
So I have a policy. If a person has face tattoos, they're not a good decision maker. That's the policy. Now, you got a few of them boys that get it right. Like Post Malone. I like Post Malone. But besides him, like maybe like one other guy, that's it. Good policy? Yeah. Like, look at the Island Boys. How are they doing? How the Island Boys doing? Yeah, Mike Tyson. There's another one. All right, that's fine. She got that Medusa neck? She does. Oh my God.
Here he said no. I said, then who shut it down? He said we didn't. I said, where's your fucking commander? He said, call LAPD. I call LAPD. The phone lines are closed. Seems like someone knows that they're doing something fucked up and they don't want to be called the fuck out on.
See, this is what I call about a caterpillar Karen. See, she going and pulling this Karen shit, but she's only in her 20s now. By the time that she's 45, you can imagine like that her kid's middle school is going to know her on a first name basis. Like she is going to be the terror of that school. She's going to be part of the PTA trying to get them to change the fucking food. Like this is going to be, oh my God. Can you imagine that? That's terrifying. Whenever she evolves into a butterfly.
Please call call LAPD, call your congressman, call your secretary of Homeland Security, call everybody. Let them know that this shit's not fucking cool.
Yeah.
And to all the LA lapdogs out here,
yeah,
who are breaking up fucking families and fucking schoolhouses, bro. I can't wait till they come for your ass. So
why would they come for LAPD? I mean, they're not illegal aliens. I don't even understand it. Like, you know what? I think that a lot of this is. I think that a lot of it is legitimately people that don't know that they're going after illegal aliens. Because they've said it so much, and they've intentionally obfuscated so much, that I bet some people are actually confused. And they legitimately think that they're actually rounding up all of the brown people or all of the fucking immigrants, and they're just getting rid of them. Straight up, because that's what they keep saying. Like, I mean, there's got to be some people that are dumb enough to not read anything about it. So, yeah, they gaslight themselves. They sure do. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. That's the point of Democrat tactics? I guess so, but it's sad, man. It really is. And then, oh my God, bro.
Fuck off! You fucking Nazis!
It doesn't help the cause.
How does it not, honey?
Carrying on is just making it worse for us.
Okay, so let's be Neville Chamberlain from Britain, who literally is like, hey, let's not tell the Nazis not to do it, because then we're making it worse if we tell the Nazis not to.
How you're doing it, how you're going about it.
I get to tell them that they should.
This guy thinks that he's fighting against the Nazis. He actually thinks that. Oh my god.
Resign, and they suck. Fuck you. Resign from your jobs. All of you. All of you resign.
Well, everybody should just quit their job. Okay, great idea.
Listen,
All of
I
you.
don't like
Look how
what
red
they're
he
doing
is.
either. I have friends who also here. I have friends who may have been taken away too. I'm nervous and I'm angry too.
I'm scared
but at the
for them.
Yes.
I'm terrified
Yes.
for them and their children.
But I'm terrified for you. Because if
Fuck
you
that! I don't have children.
If you act out, you're
I don't have children.
What would you do if you didn't have breakfast this morning? But I did have breakfast. Yeah, but what would you do if you didn't? Yeah, but I did.
I'll go to jail. I don't fucking care. I have a cat.
And I also have to say, my my rule works pretty well.
Like, I love my cat.
Is it? Wait, what is this?
Fucking care. I have a cat. Like, I love my cat.
I love my cat. I have a cat. Lunatic. Look at this. Oh no, look at this guy. We need to, dude, this is the problem, is that lunatic in LA screams and curses at law enforcement officer because they're protecting a city ruined by rioters. The dude has a total mental collapse and ends up crying and talking about his cat. Give police raises and reopen the asylums. Look at, by the way, look at how red he gets in just 1 minute. In 1 minute. Oh my God. This is insane. Yeah, it's fucking plastered. I know, this guy's absolutely out of his fucking mind. And so, yeah, he's closing the asylums is the biggest mistake we ever made. I know it is. It is a massive fucking mistake. The cat's gonna get deported. Yeah, we're gonna figure out whether that's a legal cat or not. It's gonna get deported. But yes, this is the way that a lot of them think. It's the you're fighting against actual Nazis. It's insane. Jesus, they're so fucking they're so brain fucked. They are. And what I think is so ridiculous about this is that, does anybody think about what the level of disrespect it is to the people that were oppressed by the Nazi regime? That these people, these like weird, hyper privileged, upper middle class liberals, like these like weird, crusty retards, are going around acting like they're being oppressed by Nazis? I mean, isn't it kind of like devaluing what that was? Because I feel like it kind of is. The vaccine shot made them crazy. That's a good point. Yeah, this is another group too. Look at this. This is really great.
But I have a kid. If I don't, and these people are having their children taken and their parents, what about my kids?
So this is, again, one of the main things that these people love to do is they're standing in the road. They're preventing this woman from going to work. And they're explaining to her why it's actually a good thing that they're preventing her to go to work.
Look at this. Then what happens to my kids? But you can if you could just move out the way. You're not going to. How is this a peaceful protest if there's nothing to do? No, it's not.
How do y'all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh no, not work.
Not work. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Some people do have to go to work. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Yeah, not work. Yeah, imagine that.
I care so much.
So you don't care about stopping black people from going to work?
Look at this line that you guys are causing. I'm not causing no problem. I'm not trying to. We're just trying to leave.
It's actually so funny because, like, these are this is like, you could not have made a more stereotypical video than this. This is exactly, this is perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect. What an annoying, obnoxious person. They sent out a message to all of the stolen iPhones Because you had a bunch of retards that went in and they broke in and stole the iPhones. iPhones stolen from an LA Apple store last night triggered an alarm urging the looters to return them. Please return to the Apple Tower Theater. This device has been disabled and is being tracked. Oh, wait, what? Well, they can't. How the fuck? Wait, they could do that? Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, there they are. We got them, guys. All right, yep, we got him. Fucking embarrassing. One of the ways that you can avoid this happening is that you have to bring in a Faraday cage. An easy way to do that is to have a microwave. And so if you're going to steal something like this, you have to put the devices inside of a microwave, because the way that a microwave contains, basically it makes sure that the microwaves stay inside of there, also stops anything else from getting in or any signals and services from getting in. So if you want to steal these things and not have that happen, you have to put them in a microwave. Like, that's a very, very simple, easy way to do this that everybody has access to. And it's just how I do it. Yeah, exactly. Right. And so, like, these people, and now, I don't know if that still works nowadays, right? But it used to work. And aluminum foil does not work. It does not work. And at least 30 seconds. Yes, exactly. So this is embarrassing. Like, these people don't even know how it works. They don't even know how it works. It's stupid. They so dumb, bro. Like, wow. Why do you do this? I'm just saying how it is. They think you mean turning on the microwave? No, it doesn't. No, the microwave, so basically the outside of the microwave, the way that it's built is built to obstruct frequencies and obstruct signals. That's why you don't get microwaved whenever you're in front of a microwave. So, you ever have, like, your mom tell you don't stand in front of the microwave? That's because the door could have some different, it could not be completely sealed. And so that's the reason why. It's Faraday cage. Yeah, you look this up. It's super simple. They dumb as fuck. They didn't even bring that. Like, I feel like anybody will, I knew that by the time I was 18. Like, this is obvious. Does it block GPS signal? Yeah. If you have a good one, it does. That's the whole point. Once you take the phone out, connect to the internet? Well, yeah, but you can at least relocate it so they can't track you in real time. So that's the reason why. And it's funnier if you don't tell them that part, though. Yeah, it's embarrassing. You can't keep it in the microwave forever. Dumbass idea. No, it's not about keeping it in the microwave forever. It's about them being able to track your real-time location as you're relocating it to another location. Because, like, as soon as because they're probably not going to have, like, instantaneous, listen, this is not how to do it, all right? It's not how to do it. They're stupid for doing it this way. They're dumb. This is what you get. And here come the cops. There they are. You're dumb. You fucking idiot, right? That's it. Doesn't matter once it's bricked. You can still get, yep, there it is. Oh, wow. Hey, look at that. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Where'd these come from? Oh, I bet probably from across the street. And so, they did a major announcement.
And
Mark
you're
Mullen,
sitting here.
If you hang on, let's listen in on Gavin Newsom, then I'll give you a chance to respond first.
California governor.
I don't think we have any volume. All right. I guess we have no. Is that on their end or is it on our end? I'm asking. That's on their end. Apparently a live feed. He's having a little bit of difficulty.
It's the smartest thing he's ever said.
Mark Mullen, if you have time for podcasts and MSDNC and to fight me on X and you on X, I think you're kind of missing the point. Or if you put handcuffs on police.
He absolutely is, Sean, but this is part of the best thing that could happen to him. He's having audio difficulties.
Worse than random
But it shows how bad the state's being ran, too, right?
Yeah, they can't figure shit out, man.
He's having a little bit of difficulty, Mark Mullen. If you have time for podcasts.
Oh, God. I don't even know what to say, but it's sad. And let's see if I can find it. Mic was stolen? Yeah, the mic got stolen. There it is.
I know Gavin Newsom. I actually happen to like him as a person. The reality is he's not going to like what I have to say on this, which is that his behavior is starting to resemble that of another Democratic governor from U.S. history by the name of George Wallace, who was the governor of Alabama, who famously stood in the way of federal desegregation. And in 1963, President John F. Kennedy had to deploy the National Guard of Alabama, just like President Trump is doing today. And I know that's counterintuitive to some people, but the parallels are actually pretty striking if you think about it. Democrat governors, when you look at George Wallace, he resisted desegregation. Gavin Newsom is resisting deportations. George Wallace wanted segregated cities. Gavin Newsom wants sanctuary cities. George Wallace stood in the school door blocking the way. Gavin Newsom.
I know people don't like Vivek because of like his stance on immigration. Listen, guys, you got sometimes whenever you roll the dice, you got to take a 16. It might not be a 20, it might not be a nat 20, but you got to roll with that 16. You got to roll with that 14. But he's mostly on your side.
Newsom is blocking the ICE vans. It's the same Democrat governor playbook. You dodge the feds, you rally the radicals, and most importantly of all, you do it in front of the cameras. Because what they were both doing is really carving their Democratic primary path for their presidential ambitions. And Jesse, you can mark my words on this one. Gavin Newsom's presidential ambitions are going to end in the same place that George Wallace's did, in the dustbins of history where it belongs. That's just the truth.
He just talking mad shit, bro. God damn. Oh my God, bro. You going in the garbage. Well, absolutely got fucking cooked. Wow. And Gavin to be a clown, yeah, that was bad. And they got dustbin, yeah, I think so. And on an individual level, you seem to cover them like that one time at the gas station. Well, what do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean. But anyway, let's go back. I see this here. And true, though? Yeah, it is true. It absolutely is. Let's see. I go find any more of these because there's a bunch of these other things that have been going on. And yeah, here it is again. They got a bunch of them.
Immigrants who were detained here in Southern California over the weekend have already been deported. Mexico.
Already? God damn. That's fast.
Foreign minister says 4 immigrants who were detained.
Look at they dragging his fucking lazy ass. Man, I would fucking hate being a cop. You gotta drag these fuckers around. You gotta drag them. Oh my.
4 immigrants who were detained in Friday's ICE raid in LA's Fashion District arrived in Mexico less than 48 hours later. Some advocates call the speed of their deportation, quote, unusual. The Department of Homeland Security has not said how many immigrants they have detained in the raid so far, but says at least 16 people who were captured had extensive criminal history. Immigrant advocacy groups say more than 200 people who were detained did not have criminal records.
Right.
I've watched Molotov cocktails and fireworks shot mortars being launched out of tubes at our officers. They're encountering routinely M-type fireworks and commercial-grade fireworks, which in the state of California are considered explosives, and they can kill.
That's right.
Our officers should never have to face targeted violence while standing on a line to protect others.
People getting mad about me for saying this.
I want to thank the district attorney for pursuing felony charges in these cases. It sends a strong and important message. If you assault a peace officer in this city or this county, you will be held accountable. Additionally, I'm also pleased that there are charges related to looting and vandalism, crimes that took advantage of the unrest to target businesses and city property. In one case, a retail store was burglarized.
There's
and
2 people lost fingers because of those
fireworks.
fireworks.
Merchandise were stolen.
Hopefully the people
and another
them.
graffiti was sprayed onto a historic public building while an accomplice stood watch. These crimes don't advance any cause or further any message.
That's right.
What they do is harm to our communities, our small businesses, and our civic institutions.
Thank God.
The LAPD will continue to investigate all incidents thoroughly and work with our partners in the DA's office to bring every offender to justice. We remain committed to protecting First Amendment rights, restoring peace, and holding criminals accountable. I want to thank our officers, our partners in this community, for their resilience and cooperation throughout this event. Thank you.
Wow.
And before we start with questions, I also want to thank the two members of my office that have worked around the clock to bring these charges.
Well, it looks like they go into it looks like they go into jail. Thank God. And that's what, see, the thing is, they got to talk about the convictions, though. That's the thing is, because like if you get this charge, but like it gets dismissed or dropped or some bullshit, like yeah, you got to be like, hey guys, by the way, this dude that fucked around is in jail for 5 years now. Like that's what needs to happen, or he's in El Salvador, right?